Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Marco Silva has held his press conference ahead of Saturday's game against Brighton Hove Albion at the Amex Stadium. He was asked about Yerry Mina's fitness and he said it's not looking too good at the moment. He said it's not a bad injury, it's just that he hasn't been able to train properly with the team so far, which sounds like it might be like an impact injury. He can't maybe get involved in case it gets knocked or it's causing him pain when it is knocked. So he's fully preparing for Mason Holgate to play in this game. We've also seen Morgan Feeney training with the first team as well as Lewis Gibson. Lewis Gibson, I imagine, will probably be on the bench if Yerry Mina misses out, but I'm sure he'll be given every single chance to play in the game. I'm sure he'll travel down to Brighton with the rest of the squad to take the opportunity if he can. We'll have to wait and see. It's a delicate balance for the manager because obviously with the game next week as well in the Cup, a big game against Watford, we have got to, he's got to make that decision whether he risks him and maybe he misses out on that game or whether he rests him and then he can play in the Carabao Cup. He's got to make that decision. So I suppose it comes down to how much faith he's got in Mason Holgate as well. And I suppose from the point of view of him being the third choice centre-back, we really shouldn't have any fears about him being able to play in this game. Simply because if he's our third choice centre-back, we should have confidence in him because there's going to be plenty of occasions where he should really be playing. And who's to say Mason Holgate doesn't play and he plays so well that he gives the manager a headache and the possibility of a Mason Holgate Yerry Mina partnership in the future or whatever. There's going to be, certainly over December and into January, there's going to be occasions where we're going to have to use the full squad and there's obviously going to be injuries and going to be suspensions. So, we want to build on the back of the West Ham game and losing Yerry Mina, who I think has been our most consistent player this season, is a blow. But, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? We'll have to wait and see. As I mentioned, Morgan Feeney trained and Lewis Gibson as well as Anthony Gordon was spotted training as well. So a few young players, Benny Beningame as well, all involved as well. As the manager says, he's got selection headaches with Snardlin and he's got Fabian Delph back as well. So plenty of players now wanting to get in that first team. It's up to the manager to pick the best one, the best 11 and for the game and hopefully get 3 points on Saturday. Another player who may or may not play on Saturday, we have to wait and see, is Jibril Sidibe. Obviously, Seamus Coleman is back from suspension, so it's going to be interesting to see whether he plays. There's been rumours going around about his future at the club and whether Monaco would recall him to sell him possibly to somewhere else. Well, apparently they can't recall him. There's no recall option in the loan deal. He's Everton's to the end of the season, and then Everton have an option to buy the player if they so wish for around the £13 million mark. Now, obviously, very early in his Everton career to decide whether that's going to happen. Played brilliantly well last week. Obviously, if he plays this Saturday, we'll see what happens in his first Premier League away game. But if he does have a good season and the fee's already been agreed, then that wouldn't be bad business at all. So there's no way he can be recalled by Monaco anyway this season. So wait and see. As we mentioned yesterday, Cenk Tosun is wanted by Besiktas and there's talk that they are prepared or ready to open talks on a possible loan for the Turkish international till the end of the season. Obviously with that Euros going ahead at the end of the season and taking a fantastic position at the top of their group ahead of France and Iceland, he'll want to be playing football at the end of the season. He's going to be playing, in the Turkish national team no matter what happens, but he'll want to go into that tournament with games under his belt. So that's an interesting situation. A loan deal might suit everybody if Everton have got players who are playing well and in form. And again, as I say, we'll have to see what happens there come January. And just a bit of news on the Everton women's team. It's just Everton now, isn't it? But you still have to put Everton's women's team. Their game against Liverpool, women's, is going to be played at Anfield this season. So the Merseyside derby is going to be played at Anfield. So that's a fantastic boost for them. I know they've played at Goodison before, but playing at Anfield, the Merseyside derby, I'm sure will be a fantastic experience for them. They'll be moving into their own ground soon as well at Walton Park. So brilliant, absolutely fantastic news. And we'll give you more details on that as it comes. And just some general news, it's been revealed that ahead of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, the Premier League will finish in November. The players will go basically straight into the World Cup in November, and then the Premier League will resume in December. I think it's 9 days after the World Cup finishes. So that is going to be a mad season. Obviously, it's not some instant news, but all those details are starting to come out, how that's going to affect the Premier League and the European competitions. So there you go. I'm sure there's going to be more on that and more debate over that in the coming days, weeks, months and years. Anyway, this has been the Everton News Daily. If you've liked this video, give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want more great videos, join us on Patreon. We've just done a live show where literally I've never seen Baz so angry talking about Roberto Martinez. If you want to check that out afterwards, you can check that out if you're on Patreon. If not, join us over there. Thanks for watching. See you later.